Hello, I'm Cheryl here at the Made on Sunday studio, and I talk all about branding, design, and creative entrepreneurship on this channel. So if you are starting your own online business, then be sure to subscribe to follow along. Now, as some of you might know, I'm actually a brand and website designer, and I actually live in Amsterdam in the Netherlands. And I would say 99% of my clients are either in the US, Canada, or actually Australia as well. And because of that, I actually live in completely different time zones, mostly 6 to even 9 to even 12 hours difference with my clients. Now, traditionally speaking, as a service-based business, there are typically a lot of calls with your clients, either in person or, on the phone or on Zoom. But that can be really challenging when you are 6 to 9 hours difference from your clients. And so when I started my business, I actually tried to find all the different ways that I could do remote communication with my clients because we have this huge time difference. And one of those ways that I have adopted from the very beginning is by using video recorded presentations. So instead of meeting up with them on Zoom or on a call and presenting on the spot and for them to provide feedback on the spot, I actually use an app called Loom to pre-record all of my presentations. Just like I do in all of my tutorials on this channel, I use Loom to do that. There's a little bubble on the screen and it basically records my own computer screen. And I basically talk through either a presentation or my designs or whatever it is I'm trying to explain to my clients. That all goes stored on the Loom server, and it creates this link almost immediately, and I just share that link with my clients, and then they can view it at whatever time zone or time that works for them afterwards. And they can provide their feedback either through a video response or through Notion, which is where I host all of my client portals. But this is a system that I've been using for the last 3.5 to almost 4 years in my business now, and it's worked like perfectly. And so I know 2 years ago I created a video talking all about the Loom platform, and I'm actually still using them. And by the way, this is not a sponsored video at all. I just honestly love using them and have been using them for the last 3 years in my business. And so I wanted to film you an updated version of how I use Loom for client presentations, because there has been a lot of changes in the last couple of months. They've had a lot of exciting updates on their apps. So this will be a quick tutorial on talking about all the new features of Loom and how I use it for my client process. All right, let's hop onto my laptop and let's get into it. Welcome to my laptop. We are on the Loom pricing page right now. So before you can start Loom, you need to get an account. So they do have a couple of plans here. There is a free account, and I actually started off using Loom with the free account first. But right now, for the last 3 years, I've been on the paid plan, I pay out of pocket. I love using Loom for pretty much all aspects of my business, such as recording these YouTube video tutorials. But basically, it is very much worth it to upgrade. So the only kind of restrictions on the free plan is that you only get 25 videos in total, and also only 5 minutes of video recording at a time. So if you were to record a video tutorial like this, you would probably go over 5 minutes. If you are recording for client presentations, most of my videos are more than 5 minutes. So even just that, it's already worth it for me to upgrade to their business plan. It is $8 USD a month if you subscribe annually, and just probably a little bit more, probably around $10 a month if you just pay month to month. But there are tons of other features that make it so worth it as well. Specifically, you can record in 4K on the paid business plan, which I use if I'm recording on my 4K desktop. So I definitely use that option as well. You can get the option to link like an embedded link into the video so that if you are sharing this with a client or something, or even with a teammate, they can easily click on like the call to action link within the video afterwards. I'll show you later how to do that, but it's pretty cool. Another feature is you can remove all of the Loom branding off of their videos. If you, like, let's say you complete filming your video and you want to link that video to a client. Right now you would see like all of like the Loom branding and like the Loom colors, but on the paid plan, you can change all of the colors to your brand colors and put your logo on it instead. There's a couple of other like things like video analytics. I don't really use that feature, so I don't really, do the paid plan because of analytics. And then that's pretty much it. I would say everything else isn't very significant for like a freelancer and entrepreneur's use, but in general, I would maybe start off with a free plan. If you need it and you love it, then consider upgrading to the business plan. I will leave my links to my free trial in the description of this video, so be sure to check out that link to start your account. And then you have a couple of options to use Loom. You can either use it on their Chrome extension, as you can see here. You can like record right from your browser. I don't typically use this as often because I do love using the desktop app version of Loom. There are a couple of features that are only available on the Chrome extension, specifically like blurring effect. So I will go over that in a little bit, but just so you know, I will leave the links below on how to download this Chrome extension, which is free, as well as to download the Loom desktop for Mac or PC, which is the way that I usually use. All right, so once you are ready to start recording, let's play with the Chrome extension version of this app first. So if you go up, you should probably access whatever you want to record first. Let's just say you want to record this for a client. You just designed their website. This is an example of a website that I designed for my clients. All you have to do is click on the Chrome extension app at the very top, which is the Loom logo right here. And once you click on that, you can like ignore this top bubble here. This is just for this YouTube video. But right down here on the bottom left is, okay, you know what? Maybe I'll just close this just so it's less confusing. But this bottom left here is going to be an example of what you will look like in the bubble. So you can, adjust your camera. Right now I'm just using my MacBook, so you can definitely adjust it just to make sure that everything looks good. You have the option to do a couple things. You can make the bubble smaller or larger, or you can make it even bigger, or this one right here, I think is, you can choose to do like a blurry background and change up your background in any way, which is pretty cool. Like this one looks really cool. And then you can just choose to do that setting. But right now I'm just going to keep it as this kind of medium-sized bubble here. On the right-hand side will be your settings. So right here, you can choose whether you want to have the bubble or not. You can choose to just record the screen, and then you can like choose to click on this X and that will remove the yourself entirely, or you can do camera only, which means it's only recording yourself and not the screen at all. Most likely you're going to be using this functionality, which is with the screen and the bubble. Now, right now you can, because you're on the Chrome extension, there are two ways to film. You can either film your full desktop, or you can film like only this current tab. So meaning if you want to be able to film multiple tabs, then I would keep it at full desktop. If you click on current tab, it will only record what's on this current tab right now. And then right here are really important features. If you want it to record audio, you can actually choose like which audio input you want to record from. So for example, right now my wireless Go is like connected to my laptop. So just make sure to connect it to your laptop, turn on your mic of whatever sorts, and then you can record from there. And then for the camera, if you have like some sort of webcam or something, then if you connect that to your laptop, it will also show up here. So just make sure you're connecting through the correct audio and video. And I'm just going to get back to here, but right here, if you click on show advanced settings, you can also do a couple of things like flip your camera, use photo for the screen instead. You can show your control manual. So right now, right here, you can see those control manuals. You can also hide them and instead use short keys. But I tend to like to have them there. So at any time you can, pause the video, which is this pause button right here, stop the video and just delete it, which is very handy. There's this one right here, which restarts, which restarts the video. Let me just open that back up. This one right here will basically, if you click on this, it'll restart. So it'll delete the video that you're recording right now and then start a new one right away. So it makes it really fast. And then this one, I'll show you just a second what that is. Yeah, so you can definitely play around with some of these features right here. Right here is where you can choose canvas, but before we go to that, I'm actually gonna play with this new beta feature, which is awesome and is only available on the Chrome extension, and that is the add blur feature. So let's say you are filming this video, let's say it's a YouTube tutorial, right? And a YouTube analytics like video, and you don't want it to show certain numbers or text in certain spots, you can actually now blur like those parts. So let's say if you want to blur like this text right here and this text right here, you can just click on the blur feature, and that will make sure that when you are recording that page, those text boxes will be blurred. So that's a really, really awesome feature. If you're, let's say, filming this for YouTube, you wouldn't need to necessarily do that many like edits afterwards. You can actually edit it within the video when you're recording it. And let's say like when you click on done, it will blur those sections. But if you wanted to blur, like let's say the next page, you can click on select here and click on like, let's say the next page, which is, let's say about, and you know that you want to blur, this section instead, click on blur again and click on that, and that will blur the next page, and then you can start recording again. During the recording, you can actually click on this run right here, and that will, that's also the blur icon. So during filming, if you click on this blur button, it will pause the video, so you can then blur the next sections and then click on done to continue recording again with the text blurred. So that's a really, really awesome feature, and unfortunately that is only available on the Chrome extension right now. So if you are planning to use that blur feature, then be sure to use the Chrome extension version of it. So once you're ready to film, all you have to do, actually one other thing I forgot to mention is Canvas. So you can do this both on Chrome extension as well as on the desktop, I believe. It's basically like you can pick a background. So I've never really used this feature before. I think it's kind of pointless in my sense, because if I wanted to do a presentation, I would just record my presentation as opposed to like doing that within here. Like it's not a lot of functionality, so I personally wouldn't recommend doing this. But anyways, when you're ready to record, all you have to do is press on record. And then when you're done, you can just press back either on, done here, or just click on the Chrome extension button and it will actually stop the recording. And that video would then be automatically be saved into your Loom account here. So it will pop up a link once the video is done, and then it will show up in your library on your Loom account. So that's super convenient. All right, next let's look at the desktop app, which is actually the one that I usually use. So we are going to make sure that the app is open. And then you're going to see this little button at the top of your screen, and then your screen is going to show up. So again, I am just going to hide this one so that it's not that confusing. And essentially you're going to get like pretty much similar settings, so you can adjust the size of your screen and do the same things as before. There are a couple of things that are only available on the desktop app. So everything here you see is pretty much the same. So you can just choose like what you want to record. There is one feature here that is super cool, and it is custom size. So if you wanted to just record like this specific part of this footage, or let's say you wanted to record this, you can actually click on custom size, and that will allow you to actually choose that specific spot. So right here, you can, let's say, choose this spot right here, and it would start recording within that box. All right, so as you can see, it's going to record that specific section. So that's really cool. All right, so let's open it back up and see what else we can do. So let me just click on this, and you can also choose like just the window size. So that's also super handy. This is actually in beta right now, so you can take a screenshot with this as well. So you can just go ahead and click on full screen, and then you can basically like take a screenshot of your screen. One really cool feature, again, is only available on this desktop app, is speaker notes. So if you click on speaker notes, everything you type here will not show in the recording. So essentially, if you are presenting to your client and you want to make sure that you have all of your notes here ready, like speaking notes ready here, then you can write those all in here, and then basically this will be on your screen when you're recording, so you can see all of your notes, or even take notes, but it will not show within the recording. So that is super helpful. And then again, these are the same features, so you can choose which camera you want to use and which audio what you want to use. And if you are on a 4K monitor, you can go ahead and choose 4K, although do remember this is a paid feature for Loom, so you can't use it on the free plan. And then once you're ready to record, you can just click on record here. One other thing I wanted to mention is in your preferences here, you can choose a couple of things here. So for example, if you wanted to hide or show your control menu, you can do that here. You can touch up your face. Apparently this makes my face nicer. Let's see. Okay, well, it looks like it's definitely smoothing out my face a lot. I don't usually use this feature, but you can definitely turn it on if you like. If you have any kind of low lighting kind of situation, you can turn this on as well. And if you're just looking for any kind of settings that you think should be able to set, then you should definitely look into this section. Here is where you can find all of your shortcuts as well. There is an article linking to all of these shortcuts. So if you want to, hide the control panel and just use the shortcuts, that keeps the screen recording really clean. I personally use the shortcuts, so the one that I use the most is probably start and stop, which is Shift, Command, and L. But it does differ if you are on a MacBook or on something that's not a MacBook. So definitely check out the article in the description below for all of the shortcuts that you need. And then you can go ahead and change your photo here if you like as well. Oh, that just opened up my settings here. All right, so when you're ready, just hit record and then you are good to go. All right, so once you have filmed your video, you hit play, you hit stop, that video will actually automatically be saved into your Loom library. So if you log into Loom and you go to your library on the left-hand side here, you will see like all the videos that you have basically recorded. I have like 668 videos because I've been using it for the last 3 years and I love it and I use it for everything, so hence that many videos. The great thing about this Loom dashboard right now, they did make a couple of updates in the last year or so. Now you can create folders, so then you can just go up here and create a new folder and you can call it something else, like, I don't know, Skillshare. I like to basically organize all of my folders by my client name or the project that I'm working on. So for every client that I'm working with, I would create a folder with their name, and then if I film any client presentations for them, I would then go ahead and select those videos and then add them to the associated folder. So that's how you kind of make sure that you keep it all organized within your library, because after a while, 668 videos later, you don't want to be like, going through all of your videos and kind of searching it through manually. You can, however, search videos now here at the top here by, tagging, like looking for any tags, or if you filmed with your client, for your client, then you can look up your client's name and that video might come up. One thing I wanted to show you was post-production. So let's just click onto this video right here, which is the video I filmed just now about the different payment plans here. So there are a couple of things. So once you're ready to share this video with your client, you can actually go ahead and click on this link right here. So all you have to do is copy link, and that link will be ready to be shared. So all you have to do is go ahead and paste it to the conversation with your client, and this is what they will see. It will actually look different from their end because they're signed up on their account, or if they're they don't have to have a Loom account to watch the video, so they definitely won't see like all of these different things. It'll be a pretty clean browser with just basically the video that they can just play right away. And then there are a couple things that you can do post-production. So once you have this right here, you can click on edit, and you actually have a lot of things that you can do now. So for example, on the business plan, you can add a link. So let's say there is a call to action, like watch this video, and then you can go to the link to the actual website, and you can change things like the color of the button and stuff, and how it looks, whether it's rounded or slightly rounded. And then if you click on save, you can then basically at any point they can stop the video, click on the link, and it would head to the URL that you sent them to. Right now I'm just going to delete this link. Now you can also edit your videos, like trim them and split them within Loom as well. So if you are filming on Loom for YouTube, you can actually go ahead and not even edit it in an editing software. You can go ahead just editing it right in Loom. So you can go ahead and, crop whichever part you don't want. Let's say there's this middle part right here that you want to remove, like right here to here. You can just split it and then just remove those parts as needed here. For now, I need all of this footage, so I'm going to click on cancel. But for you, if the changes are all good, you can just click on save changes. And then you can actually change your thumbnail as well. So if you want to customize it all nice and stuff, you can change that. Or into your video settings, you can actually do a lot of edits in here as well. So they have this really cool feature that will clean up all of your ums and uhs. So if you are a person who tends to say a lot of ums and uhs, then you can actually remove it in not only just the text, which is the transcript, but also, or in the caption, but also in the audio itself. So no need to, do it all manually in your editing software afterwards. Loom can do that right for you within the platform, which is so cool. You can actually click on background noise filter, and as you can hear, maybe that there is like so much construction in the back. Well, you know what? You probably don't hear it now because I am going to click on this background noise filter in this video so that you won't be able to hear all of that construction in the background. And then, yeah, so you can click on save here. You can also, change the settings for your audience, but go ahead and do those as needed. And then you can actually have a conversation right here. So if you are sending this to your client, they can comment right in this section right here, or even record a comment with their own Loom account, and that will show up in this section. Every video will create automatically a transcript. So if you wanted to go ahead and make sure the transcript is correct, or if you want, you can actually copy this transcript and paste it into, let's say, a blog post. So if this was originally a YouTube video, you can go ahead and go into your transcript area, copy the whole transcript right from Loom, and then just paste it into a blog post, and most of it will be correct. You might have to go in and reread it and make sure that it all makes sense, but essentially you would have your transcript all ready for you to create a blog post out of. And then you can, if you are a viewer, your audience or your client can even also give you emoji comments. So let's say in this section, they really love this idea that you're presenting, they can add a little emoji there. Or if someone is recording you a video, you can maybe just put a little thumbs up there. Let's say it's like a task that you have to do. You can actually just put these little indications to, like, next time you watch this video, you need to watch those specific areas where you have tagged with a thumbs up. So that is all of the editing features that you can do post video production, which is pretty awesome. When you're ready, you can either share the link that, like I showed you before, or if you're uploading this to YouTube, you can go ahead and download it, and I'll download it as an MP4, which you can then upload into YouTube afterwards or into your video editor. So that's really, really cool. And that is it. That is how I use Loom in my client communication process. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments below. I will answer it as best as possible and as soon as possible. I'm also going to be linking my Loom affiliate link in the description below. So if you want to sign up and try out Loom, then yeah, use my link. All right, and that's really it. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you did, be sure to like the video and subscribe for more videos like this. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.